Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another night full of joy, fun, surprises, and potentially leather and chains. Wait, hold on, wrong show. That's the other one I don't tell anybody about. It's me, your host, Steven. We're here to bring you the latest and greatest and odd and crazy news from all over the planet. We're going to drive this van right through the crowd of news, and we're going to grab a few, we're going to pull them in there, and then we're going to drive them to the people, and we're going to let them out, and they're going to run around and tell other people about the news. I don't even know what this metaphor is for, but what I'm saying is the news is coming to you, whether you like it or not, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we are, and here I am, joined as always by the amazing, the wonderful, the naturally talented, Smashly, who was just talking about balls or something. What were you talking about? You said something before the show that you had a ball
If you can dye
story.
your beard, then I feel like pubic hair would be like, because isn't it like sort of the same consistency? Like it's just thicker hair, just curlier down there.
You just, that's probably about the same. You got. It's why is hair that comes out of places other than your head like grittier?
Well, did you know that that's genetic and racial? Like different races have different pubic hairs. You're welcome.
I did not know that. I did not
Yeah.
know that.
The only reason I know that is because I was looking into.
You were doing some research.
I was looking into pubic lice, and if I'm dead serious, if you are Asian, you are less likely to get pubic lice because your pubic hairs are flat and the lice can't whatever you get in your vagina bunghole furry area. But anyway, the little bugs can't hold on to your pupils.
There's nothing to grip onto. It's like a frictionless
All
surface.
the 6-month-old and everything, Steven. So I don't put makeup on anymore because I'm like, it's not worth it because the baby just rubs bananas all over my face anyway, which I don't know why I'm complaining because I used to do that because it's like, whatever. And I don't feel like washing my face off at night because I just want to lay down and go to sleep and have the child kick me for 12 hours and go, bah, 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 bah. And so I'm like, you know what? I dye my eyebrows. We've had this conversation. And I've done it several times since I started doing it. And it never stuck to my skin. But this time the baby was asleep and Jacob called. And I guess I just wasn't paying attention or I was rushing or something. So now there's like a blob around my actual eyebrow that is stained. So like my eyebrows are 20 inches longer than they should be because all this is just dye. And then it's just like, I'm like, the one thing I did to make myself look more attractive. And then I got super stressed out and I cut all my hair off. Like I literally just took scissors and went blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I feel better. It's not short enough. It looks dumb. And then I asked Jacob, I'm like, Jacob, can I go get my hair fixed? He goes, no, you can't go to a salon. I'm like, yeah, but it's a 1-room thing and it's not an open thing and it's just Gaby. He's like, no. So now I look like a boy with stupid boy hair and stupid boy eyebrows.
You should really lean into it. Get yourself a LA Dodgers ball cap, and just paint a mustache on your face. You actually you look great to me, you know, not to be weird or anything, but you look, I don't know what you're talking about because every time you cut your hair, it's infuriating to everyone else because it's like, do you know Ashley cuts her hair herself? Like, no, she doesn't. It looks so good.
Nobody talks like that.
It looks so good. I've never seen anything that good. And that's what happens. And you're all like, oh, I just cut it myself. And everybody's like, shut the front door. That's what happens.
I feel like you started that. Why is this so short? Jacob, your chair is like taller. So I like have to, I don't, whatever.
Og says that shit. That was Jacob's plan. Like, he's like, that next thing he's going to walk into the bedroom. He's like, Ashley, do me a favor. Put these football pads on real quick.
So I made a joke earlier. Okay, no. This is how it gets bad. I went and the baby woke up after I dyed my eyebrows, and he looked up at me, and you could tell he was looking at my eyebrows, and he frowned, and I'm like, stop looking at my eyebrows, and he kind of like reached up, and he frowned. I'm like, it's not that bad. And so Jacob gets home, and he's like, oh, I'm like, you're not going to have sex with me, are you? He's like, not facing you, no.
What the devil?
I'm kidding.
I was about to say, that doesn't sound in character at all.
But so like I'm holding the baby and Jacob's making fun of my eyebrows. He's like, you want to borrow some paint thinner? Maybe that'll help. And so the baby turns around and like reaches out, touches my face, and looks at Jacob and touches my face again and goes, eh.
The baby's screwing with you. Jacob's screwing with you. I heard this joke the other day. It was an Amy Schumer joke. Take that as you will. But she said something along the lines of dating a guy, and she would turn the lights off, and he would turn the lights on during their getting to know each other moments. And he's like, he would turn the lights back on, and she would turn them off, and then he'd turn the lights back on, and he's like, "You're beautiful. You don't have to turn the lights off." She's like, "Oh, you thought this was for me." I thought that was pretty great. That made me laugh.
Oh, I love that. Zafo, hi! Dye your beard and send me pictures.
Hey,
thanks.
Did Patrick or did Jacob? Did Jacob call you last night or wake you up when he came to bed to tell you that Patrick had collected all 900 Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild?
No, he didn't tell me at all. Damn it, Patty.
Because Patrick's like, oh yeah, my quarantine project, I just got all 900 Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild. And Jacob was like, BS. No, you did not. And Patrick's like, yeah, I did. I took a picture of it. And he was like, I'm going to go tell Ashley. She's going to be so mad at you.
I was going to say, I've beat the game like 6 times. I have 6 complete games. Like complete. And I've never gotten all the Koroks in any. I think the closest I got was like 700.
Oh yeah, that's such a small number. I came to bed and told Stephanie, I was like, Stephanie, you know Patrick got all 900 Korok seeds? She goes, no, he didn't. She like lost it. She's like, that is unfair and unnatural. And
I've even looked at guides, but like there are 900 of them. So you're like, oh my God, did I get that one? I don't know. Like the easy ones you remember getting like over and over again, like the one on the bridge and stuff. But like some of them you're like, did I get that one in this game or like the other game? And then you have to go look and you're like, shit, I already got it. And some of them are really annoying to get.
Yeah. I will say that was a good conversation on Staring at Goats yesterday. I haven't talked to Patrick in person since we met at IHOP like 7 years ago in Beckley. Aww. Yeah, it was
I haven't talked to anybody in person since 7 years ago.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
I'm gonna die.
It's never letting up. It just smile and go, I just isolate, live in a bubble, and try not to cry.
The UPS guy came to my house and was like handing me something, and I just looked at him and I'm like, I'm just gonna have you drop that and I'll pick it up later.
Yeah. When I accidentally meet somebody at the door, I'm like, ah!
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
I don't know who you are. Identify yourself. Papers, please.
What a fun game that I've never played.
It's a very Steven game. I don't think you would like it. It's definitely a me game.
You know what I miss?
What's that?
Games in general.
Hey, we're going to have some games. I started, I've been trying to figure out what games to bring to the beach, because you always say, bring all the board games, and then you're the last one that ever wants to play one. And you're always all snooty over on the couch with your phone going, F you guys, I don't want to play. And then you'll sit down and be like, and then you'll finally get into it. But you're just...
I was like 13-year-old Ashley.
You turn into 13-year-old Ashley. It's like, Ashley, we're all going to play, insert game here, code names, and you're like, nah.
Oh, that's such a fun game that I was talking to playing.
We'll play it. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do. But I did order a tripod today so we can produce content for the viewers. I got a selfie stick tripod off Amazon. It's like a selfie stick with feet. So you can extend it and use it as a selfie stick.
It's the black one that's like the dildo center, like the ribbed for her pleasure center.
Yeah, I think it's got a ribbing so you can use it. It's multi-purpose.
I like all the big YouTubers have that.
All the big ones. All the big, sup fam, it's me, your boy. It's your boy.
Okay,
Watch out, it's
all
just
the non-sucky. Oh, did you see Jennifer's Body? Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't seen that movie. I wanted to, but I never have.
It's so good. I sold it to like a Lithuanian the other day, so I don't have it anymore, but I'm sure we can find it online somewhere. So I was watching the cinema sins of it because right now he's doing like this whole scary movie thing, and that's over the course of a day, I have time to watch a 15-minute CinemaSin video. And so Jacob was doing something and the baby was asleep. I don't remember. So I was watching it making breakfast, I think. And the whole thing is she's a succubus, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
spoiler alert. I never really thought about her being a succubus, but I was just like, oh, she is. And Jacob walks in, he starts interrupting me, and I'm like, Jacob, I'm trying to watch my succubus movie. And he goes, he goes, you can succubus my balls. And I'm like, dude, I totally would right now because that was so good. Like, I high-fived him. I'm like, that was pretty good.
And close his laptop.
Okay, sorry.
That's so horrible. It's so good. That was
so good.
You get clever. He gets points every now and then. Succubus my balls. Factoid of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Today, sunglasses serve as a protective eyewear, effectively preventing bright sunlight from causing discomfort or damage to our eyes. Of course, they're also a fashion accessory, but sunglasses were originally made out of smoky quartz in the 12th century China, where they were used by judges to mask their emotions when they were questioning witnesses. Fascinating.
Really?
That's pretty cool. Because if you wear sunglasses, nobody knows what you're thinking. Nobody knows your opinion of them.
So, it's actually false that they protect your eyes, because if you do not wear like really nice expensive sunglasses, what it does is it dilates your pupil without protecting your eyes from the rays. So you get cataracts much more quickly because it's letting the UV rays into the back of your eye much more readily than if you just didn't have sunglasses on, or if you were using something with UV protection.
That's why that UV
don't
protection.
wear shitty sunglasses.
Your dollar store sunglasses, you might want to rethink. If they don't have the UV protection on the lens there when you buy them, they could be worse for you. So all those
you're giving yourself cataracts and eye cancer.
Yes. So those ZZ Top does have a song called "Cheap Sunglasses." You should not wear them. Even though it means ZZ Top's real cool. But let's be serious. They're not wearing cheap sunglasses. We know that. They got all that money. ZZ Top. Making that fat stacks. You think?
DJ Fat Stacks.
You think DJ Stacks? DJ Milk Dud and MC Stacks.
Yes, that's what it was.
That's what it was. Do you think music people make more money now? Like, okay, so older musicians, bands, they have record deals. And they get royalties from their record deals and their albums. They don't actually own their music. But now you've got these new bands that are just producing everything themselves on a computer in their house. Do you think they are going to be more profitable long term than some of the old legacy record label musicians? Since they own their product for the most part? Maybe they don't owe their life to the establishment.
I don't know how much exposure money's. I don't think any musician is making any money right now because gathering is stupid.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You don't make any money now. We need to get Horace Holloway on Staring at Goats. He's a musician. He would know the answer to these questions.
Yeah, that's true, because he's Indy 500.
He is the Indy 500. What
does that mean? Is it 500 laps? Is that what that stands for?
I think it's 500 laps, yeah. And they're Indy cars, so they're like rockets with wheels.
You watch someone go in a circle 500 times. How long does that? Okay, 500 miles. How long does that take?
I don't know.
How long are you sitting there just huffing exhaust?
How long is the Indy 500? I swear, if it says 500 miles, I'm going to punch somebody. How long does it take?
Couple of hours.
How fast do the cars go? How fast do Indy 500 cars go? 232 miles per hour.
So it'd be like 3 hours
I
of
don't know.
watching a car go. So
All
you're
right.
driving in circles for 3 effing hours as fast as you can.
So yeah, roughly 2.5 hours, but it could be longer because they got to stop for pit stops. They got to redo their tires. They don't go 232 miles consistently. They're 232 whatevers consistently.
3 hours of left turns. Oh my god, like I would go brain dead.
This is a man. There's yeah. There was a guy. What was it? I don't know if it was on Top Gear or what. But dude had driven like a Bugatti or something, drove like a really fast car for 10 or 15 minutes. And when he was slowing down to stop, wanted to get out of the car when it was still going 30 miles per hour. He felt like he was going so slow because his body had become attuned to that 200 mile per hour speed.
Oh, wow.
Because you know when you get off the highway, when you've been driving on the interstate for hours, you're like, you have to go 25. You want to just die because you feel like you're not even moving anymore. It just completely jacks you up. You're like, what is going on?
The H&H, the only show more crazy than you will be after several hours of left turns. So, you're amazing.
Put that on a t-shirt, baby. Put that on a t-shirt. World news. Oh, this story's great. 300 packets of washed up cocaine send fortune hunters to Dutch beach. 300 packets. Like, is that like a ketchup packet? Like,
That's what you need to make left turns for that long. And what's a packet?
Are they serving cocaine like goodie powder? Like, it's
what is pouch. A packet of cocaine? How do you spell cocaine?
Search for it on Jacob's work computer. The police had their hands full with fortune hunters on the Kaloostrand in Borsell this week after nearly 300 packets of cocaine washed up on the beach last week. Certain people from all over the Netherlands came to try their luck on the beach because maybe even more packages will wash up, the Walcheren police said. The police searched 6 people, one of which was arrested for failing to identify themselves, and 2 were fined for being in a prohibited part of the dunes. Because yes, if the police come, you have to hide, the police said. There were also reports of people searching along the waterline. The police found 2 men who drove a few hundred kilometers to get some fresh air. They put that in quotes. When the police searched the men and their car, they found 30 pony packs containing cocaine. A pony pack is a small folded envelope with a small amount of hard drugs. Hey, today you learned that a pony pack is a small amount of hard drugs. Good.
I want to see a picture of it.
Take that note home to your parents. One of the men was arrested. We cannot share reasons known to us about why the other person was not arrested, the police said. What? Oh, okay, so they arrested one dude, but they won't tell you why they didn't arrest the other dude. I feel like they should.
His daddy was rich.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. I'm like, either they knew each other or somebody had money. There's something to this. The Borsell beach gained some attention online. One speculated that it's God giving back to us. Another thought along the same lines. So you're telling me there is a God and heaven is answering prayers? I mean, how upset could you be at a person doing cocaine in 2020? Really?
I don't know. I just realized that there's an OPI pony pack that's got red, white, gold, and pink nail polish. And I was like, is that a drug thing?
That doesn't sound like a drug thing. I mean, I suppose nail polish can be as addicting as drugs.
But like, so there's actual things called pony packs. Like it's called pony pack, PONYPAK, and it's like a little envelope. 30 pony pack seals per package.
Isn't Pony Pack that song by Genuine from the late 90s? Come pack it, my pony. Come pack it, my pony, my saddle, get on it.
Isn't that how it goes? That is? Is that a cocaine thing?
I think so. I think what I just sang is 100% the lyrics to Pony Pack by Genuine.
Stavo, I would, if somebody offered me weed or cocaine, I would be real tempted to do the cocaine because I don't need to be any slower than I am right now.
I feel like you should do the cocaine and I should do the weed.
Yes.
I think you...
I'm glad that's settled.
Yeah, so when we're 70 and we just are bored and we're like, screw it, what arrest me. I'm 75. I don't even know. You can have the coke and I'll have the weed.
Kelly will do the tequila.
Kelly's just
What's
gonna
mashed
get drunk.
meats is cook. Oh my god, so we're going to the beach as a like final hurrah before the world burns and like COVID 2.0, right? And so there's a list. There's several lists. Steven started a list, and then my mom did a list, and Stephanie did a list, and Jacob's like, "Why are there so many lists?" And most of them had alcohol on them, right? So they're in this group chat discussing all this alcohol, and oh my god, it sounds like when I was in Morgantown and we were trying to figure out who was going to bring what to the party and how much we needed. And I'm like, so I texted him like, so while you guys are reliving college, I'll be the designated driver because I can't drink that much, nor can any of you. And Steven's like, so what did you say? It was so funny. Do you remember?
No, like that was
look it up.
several hours ago. What did I say that was funny?
I don't know.
Probably something amazing.
Is baby up?
What did I say?
Okay. I gotta go feed the baby while you look that up. Jacob, come entertain these people.
Okay, I'll pause the show. Be back in a moment, everybody. Do. There we go. We'll get Jacob on the We'll get Jacob around. We'll get him rolling.
What's up, dog? What's up, dog?
What's up, dog? I was just gonna record.
You ever heard of Up Dog?
No, what's up, dog?
What's up with you?
Oh, that's just the jokes just like Daddy used to make.
That's right, baby. Steven, the last I heard was about the lists. The lists frustrated me so much. I don't know about you, but they frustrated the hell out of me because I'm looking at your list and I'm going, oh, okay, that's a good list. Then I look over here at Ashley's mom's list and I'm going, they're not the same. And then I look over here at Stephanie's list and I'm going, they're not the same. I don't know what to do.
Look, I only have one priority, and that's Cocoa Puffs and beer. Okay, it's two priorities.
I picked up a 6-barrel today, just for everybody's edification. Yes, a 6-barrel of White Street Kolsch is going to the beach with us, and we are going to sit there and drink all week long.
It's gonna take. What did we factor out? Like two to 3 beers a day between the two of us would get it gone.
No, we're gonna have to drink 4 to 5 beers a day, every day. Oh darn!
I can somehow manage. I ain't working from the beach, so let's do this.
I told everybody at work. I said, look, I'm not logging in, so don't expect anything.
Yeah, that means don't expect me to give you assignments or to take assignments. I'm done with assignments. I'm going to be goofing around on my own time for a week.
I plan on playing a video game, watching my child figure out what the hell sand is.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
And drinking beer. Those are my 3 priorities.
Priorities.
Not in no order.
Yeah. That sounds pretty great. I was thinking a video game would be fun. I was thinking of doing a colon cleanse. Not a colon cleanse. That would be gross. A cleanse. Like, I really want to not have my phone as often as I have it when I'm at home. I want to mentally separate a little bit from the technology outside of like moments of like established time where I'll look at it, text people that need texted. But most of the people that text me all day are going to be with me. So it's like that's gone. And I want to do some Tater and Dwayne chatting with you. Cuz I think
can we do Tater and Dwayne makes a trip, and I don't know, I call you, you call me, and we make a video of us calling each other on the drive down.
Yeah, we can figure that out. Sure. That sounds like a great plan.
Because I figured you're going to be driving one car, I'm going to be driving another. It's not going to be like a normal, Tater and Dwayne lightning trip up to the hills of Appalachian Mountains.
You're right. Back to the motherland.
Back to the motherland. By the way, did you just equate a colon cleanse to a technology cleanse?
It's basically the same. I mean,
one's depends on your website.
You're removing the crap from your head, which is the same. Look, I've been wanting to take into account Head Gamer's suggestion that I try to meditate a little bit and try to gain some mindfulness. So I'm I'm not going to succeed at this. But I'm going to intend to go to sleep at a decent time, get up early enough to sit on the porch at the beach and sip a coffee and look at the sun. I mean, not look at the sun. I mean, I'm not.
Don't. You need sunglasses. But Ashley told us they were bad.
Right, sunglasses are bad, okay? No, I'm going to look at the water and be like, ah. And like Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump, I will make my peace with God.
With God.
God. As I sit on the porch staring at the horizon. That's the
so
goal.
Basically we're gonna live under a rock next week.
Kinda, yeah. A little bit.
I'm hoping so. I kinda want a little break from all of the shenanigans. I read a news article today, in prepping for you guys for the show tonight, that there is a company that is offering there's like an apartment or something or a little house that they built underneath a rock. And so they are offering the winner of some raffle or something the opportunity to live under said rock the week of the election. And I'm like,
great.
yes, please. I want that.
Sign me up. I would like to play this game.
I'll be your Uncle Barry. I'll do it.
I can't wait. I hope to sleep more soundly this election evening. I don't want to watch any of it, Jacob. I don't want to be there. I don't want to look at it. I want to go to sleep and just think, it's just another Tuesday. And then the next day I'll wake up and I'll read whether we're going to hell or not. And
I may not even do it on Wednesday. I may have to wait until Thursday or Friday to re-engage. I may just say, I've made it a day without knowing what's another day. It'll be okay. I'm living in ignorant bliss right now.
I think, there's something to be said about ignorant bliss.
Isn't it?
I think being informed is good, but I think you can be so informed that it does nothing but wreck your soul.
Yes.
And there's a middle ground. Midstreams with the 27 months.
Booyah!
Drop it in. Hit that button.
I miss him. I miss that
him.
dude.
I miss him.
I want wings and beer and I've got a book for him. And there's a lot of things that I need to hang out with Midstreams and give him a high five.
No joke. I haven't even been, I'm not on the same team as Midstreams anymore. They separated Crockett and Tubbs and Han and Chewie and the whole, it's the butts. I miss working with him on the daily. I don't do that anymore. It's, not to say I don't love the people I'm with, but I really like working with C. Mitch.
That's right.
Yeah. Can't go.
C. Mitch, I wonder what has he been up to? Have you talked to him at all?
Yeah, today.
Nice.
You said C. Mitch, right? Yeah, I talked to him today in the chat. I said, "Hey, I see you're going on PTO while I'm going on PTO. Where you going?" But he's not going to the beach, so we don't get to see him. Yeah. I was like, maybe this is his vacation to the beach too, but it's not.
Everybody can go to the beach. We all need to go to the beach.
Two Dorks compound should be at a beach. That's where we need to build it.
It depends. Is it in hurricane path?
No, we'll move it. I think we'll
move the hurricanes, or we'll just create this big giant wall that has this little funnel that pushes the hurricanes away from us. Is that what we're gonna do?
We'll nuke them. We'll nuke the hurricane.
Oh, we'll nuke the hurricanes. That's what we'll do.
I just think we ought to take we should just buy a bunch of Airstreams and connect them together like a hamster cage. We can move them. We can move them where we want to, and we'll just put tunnels between them all.
There we go. I like it.
It's a perfect plan. Nothing can go wrong.
I see. Nothing can go wrong with this plan.
If you want to go outside, you actually get in a hamster ball and you roll around. It's the only way to stay safe.
There are some people that make compounds by digging down deep and then burying trailers, big trailers, right?
And shipping containers, yeah.
Shipping containers and trailers and things. Yeah.
And those are expensive, but they're not that expensive.
So do you think you could live underground?
When you say live, do you mean stay there indefinitely, or do you mean I can come up and down at will?
You can come up and down at will, but I mean, you're watching television down there. You're enjoying your work atmosphere down there. You're sleeping down there. I mean, you have a little compound under the ground.
Yeah,
That's your haven.
I could do it. You know how you wouldn't have to have air conditioning. It would stay a comfortable temperature underground. That's why some homes in Arizona are underground. They
Yeah.
dig holes to put the houses down there because it's like it's the only way to stay out of the heat. I think we're probably all going to be living underground like mole men one day.
So because of like a nuclear fallout or what?
Either nuclear fallout or we just can't quit pumping carbon dioxide into the atmosphere.
I can't quit you.
I can't,
Carbon
I
dioxide.
can't carbon.
Can't quit you.
What are you, a tree? I can't. I just can't quit that carbon dioxide.
I just can't quit that carbon.
We know
dioxide.
carbon
All right.
dioxide is dangerous because we have to breathe it out.
That's right. We don't keep it in our body. We get rid of it. It's expelled from our body. Therefore, it is bad.
We put it out.
It's like urea. It's like pee. You got to pee it out. You don't want it in your body. You want it out of your body.
I
So
mean,
those
yeah.
idiots that are putting it in their body, they're idiots.
It can only go back in one time.
That's right.
I always drink it once.
I'm getting
Always
kicked. All right. I love y'all. See ya.
expelled the demons. Oh, thanks, Jacob. That's fun. All right, let's save that. That was almost the same. Debating on whether I should just put that whole thing in the main show. The main show.
Yes, that was my foot. That was both of my feet, actually.
Okay, well, you're back now.
Yes.
Came in and crashed me and Jacob's party.
Like carbon dioxide.
Yeah, we laughed a lot, y'all. If you don't listen to me and Jacob chat, you need to be in the Patreon, patreon.com/twodorkstv. Or the newly minted twodorks.net/support, which will take you there. I created
Aw.
that. I'm so
Miss-
good.
Doing things.
What things?
Oh, I don't know. Any things.
I
Like
will.
being on Discord.
Man, the Discord's been a hopping place. I've truly enjoyed being on there all the time, talking to my friends when I should be coding things and doing actual work. You know, I love it. The more you stare at me, the more I want to talk up the joys of Discord and its lovely distractions. They miss you too. Like everybody misses you. When you pop in, everybody's like, Ashley's here, and then by the time they see you, you're gone again already.
I'm like, I don't even like have time to pay on the phone while I'm in the bathroom because normally the baby's with me and I don't want to be on my phone in front of the baby.
Oh yeah, that's cute. You're still in that mode. That'll go away soon. You start out with so many standards, and then you're like, meh.
I don't want him
Meh.
to have ADHD.
Too
It's
late.
Such a stupid thing.
They all have it. They all have it. Every one of them. All them children have it.
I have a secret, and Jacob needs to know my secret. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Did we never stop?
Mm-mm. No.
We don't edit this show.
I mean, I stopped
So-
and I recorded with Jacob, and then now we're recording again.
Okay.
I started when you sat down.
So I had to pee. Well, so they've actually you could I wish Head Gamer was in here. They've actually linked screen time before the age of 2 to a dramatic rise in ADHD. So I don't know if it affects the way your brain pumps out chemicals. Yeah, or the lack thereof, like the understimulation. So I don't know if it's because your brain gets used to being stimulated from something outside, so it doesn't produce all the hormones that, give you executive function because you've had the outside stimulant, but it was really cool. I'll have to find it or have Jacob find it and post it in Discord.
You think that's like when, if you do meth, for instance, if you do meth, you basically eradicate your dopamine receptors because you drive them so hard
Yeah.
off meth that they go, that was awesome. Nothing else feels good now. You're going to have to hit me with that again. That
more.
you start like you're before 2 and you're like establishing mirror neurons and you've got all this stuff trying to build pathways that maybe it goes, this is my baseline level of stuff that's going to come in.
Yeah.
And then when you don't have that, you're like, I don't know why I'm doing jazz hands when I'm talking about this. This is
All
brain
done.
activity. All done. But I feel like that could be part of it, is that you've established your baseline of input early on to be so high.
Yeah.
That,
well, because why does some bodies hormone correctly and some bodies not, right? So I wonder if it's something that's happened or if it's a genetic flaw or it sucks, whatever it is.
yeah, it's the pooper. And then there's people like me who've done it to themselves by just paying attention to too much at once in their adult life. And like, Kelly was so funny when she was on Staring at Goats, and she was like, "Oh yeah, Steven heard everything you said. He probably checked his email too." And I'm over there looking at Twitter like, "What? Yeah? How did you know?" I feel seen. Where's the cameras? It was pretty wild, because I'll do that in meetings. I'm like looking at email, I'm listening for keywords. Oh yeah, I got that thing, whatever. A+. All right, back to what I was doing.
Jacob called you, it was yesterday or today, and you didn't answer. And I'm like, he's probably in a meeting, because you had just texted. I'm like, he's probably in a meeting and he can get away with texting, but he can't actually answer the phone because they'll catch him.
Yeah, I have standards. I can look at things. As long as I'm facing forward, I can feel like I'm in the meeting. Once attention is officially over here, it's over.
Yeah.
Or if somebody in Discord gets me on some high horse topic, I'll be like, I've just realized I haven't been paying attention to anything for the last 10 minutes. What happened?
You'll lose those eventually.
Look, most of the time, everyone who's on a Zoom meeting isn't paying attention. So don't worry about yourself. They're all doing something else anyway.
That's probably true.
The only people who can do it are people that have one monitor in front of them and they do one thing at a time. I've almost determined that having two monitors is wrong if you've actually got like stuff to do.
For me to pay attention, even with the show, the split is right. I don't understand why Jacob has it like this instead of like one monitor more center and another monitor off kilter, but the split is in the middle. So I put the screen right there. So the rest of the sides of there's an entire monitor worth of space not being used.
You just used the split?
I used the split.
I couldn't do what he does. I have to have one monitor's directly in front and the other one is like off to the side. And all my secondary stuff. Oh no, that's not ergonomic at all. You're going to break your neck trying to do that.
I do this. I ride the split.
That's I've heard of that move before. Small town news. Look at us both typing as the music ends. I forgot you can't hear the music. The music is over. Music. It's your turn.
Oh.
We had some audio issues, so Ashley can't hear any of the cues anymore.
No, not at all. So I went and fed the baby and I had to pee. And so I went to the hall bathroom and I'm like, oh, I need chapstick or something. And there's baby diaper cream in there, but it's like organic hippie diaper cream. So I like rubbed it all over my mouth. And when I came back in here, I'm like, Jacob, kiss me. And then he kissed me and I'm like, I'll tell you why that was dumb later.
You put it on your face and then he's the dumb one for kissing you.
Yes.
Ha ha ha, stupid. I just rub crap all over my mouth and then you kiss me. You're so dumb.
No, the diaper cream is not it's not crap. It's to protect from crap.
It's still like a pasty white minty substance.
It's not. It's Earth Mama stuff. I don't even know why it's diaper cream.
Earth Mama.
Like I would. Yes.
That's the band I used to listen to back in the 60s.
Shut up. It makes your butthole feel refreshed.
You ever heard Dancing Pine Trees by Earth Mama? That's a good one.
Oh, what was the band name I can't say it. Never mind. Danbury, Connecticut to rename sewage plant for John Oliver. Hey, I like that guy. It's official.
Oh, good.
Every time residents of Danbury, Connecticut flush, they will be sending their special deliveries to the John Oliver Memorial Sewer Plant. The city council voted to rename the sewage plant after the comedian who began a tongue-in-cheek battle with Danbury when he went on an expletive-filled rant against the city on HBO's Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. Mayor Mark Boughton.
Boughton?
Boughton?
Boston? It's hard to know because English is stupid.
I'm going to say it's Bottom.
Yeah, Mark
that
Bottom.
Fits with the Bottom. Get it? Because it sounds like bottom. Didn't waste any time responding on social media. Oh, so wow. Look at you reaching out on social media like an adult and everything. He posted a video of himself at the sewage plant saying the city was going to rename it after Oliver. Why Republican mayor asked? Because it's full of crap, just like you. Okay, now I have to watch this.
I need the skit. Yeah, I need the context.
That drew a delighted response for Oliver, but he went off against the city again because Boughton later said he was just joking. Oliver upped the stakes on his August 30th show by offering to donate $55,000 to local charities if Danbury actually followed through with renaming the plant. I didn't know that I wanted my name on your expletive factory, but now that you floated it as an option, it's all that I want.
This is why nerds win when they figure out to lean into this stuff. That's when the bullies lose. That's how you teach obnoxious Republican jock-faced buttholes how it's done. You lean into it and you go, oh yeah, name it, do it. Anyway.
Wait, sub can do the do it.
Do it.
Bottom said that the feud had been a good distraction from coronavirus and other troubles of the times. He also said Oliver's promised donations have helped spur local fundraising efforts for area food banks that could end up collecting a few $100,000 to feed families. That's fantastic. It's still not clear why Oliver singled out Danbury for tongue lashing. He first brought up the city during August's segment on racial disparities in the jury selection process, citing problems in a few Connecticut towns from decades ago. This is biased, and I really have to watch the segment now. He noted Danbury's, quote, charming railway museum and its, quote, historical Hearthstone Castle. I know exactly 3 things about Danbury, he said. USA Today ranked it as the second best city to live in 2015. It was once the center of the American hat industry. And if you're from there, you have a standing invite to come get a thrashing from John Oliver. Children included. Bleep you.
I don't know why those things are bad. Surely someone in Danbury did something that he got upset with.
John Oliver, Danbury, Connecticut.
Danbury, Connecticut hats. Is there a hat shop there? Because that would be worth going to. Because I need a new hat. Yes, look at this, Danbury.
Oh my
hatters.
gosh! John Oliver's coming to Danbury for sewer plant renaming ceremony. This was 10 hours ago.
Nice. Look at that. Up to the minute news. Up to the minute news from Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. That's pretty amazing.
I'm so excited. I still don't know why. I'm going to watch it because I do like me some John Oliver.
Hey, you know what I found out the other day? So Sam and I and Stephanie decided to watch The Mummy. You know The Mummy.
Okay.
The 1999 Brendan Fraser epic action flick. It's hard to go back and watch an epic action flick from the late 90s because you realize they really weren't that good. But we thought they were great. And then I realized something as I was watching it. Everyone in that movie that's meant to be Egyptian is white. White as white, the whitest. And they try to play off that Rachel Weisz, is it Weisz or Vice? I always get confused. Somebody said Vice once and it gets stuck. Let's see. How do you pronounce?
She's English, so it's probably Weiss.
Yeah, so she's not German. Let's see. How do you say it? There's one audio pronunciation. Let's play this.
Rachel Weisz.
Rachel Weisz.
Rachel Weisz.
Okay. The key here is that it's not a V. So they try to play it off that she is Egyptian because her mother was Egyptian and her father was English. But she is the Englishest English lady that anyone has ever seen in the history of English people. And there's not a bit of Egyptian in her, But it was nice of them to try to drag it together and go, look at all these people. Like, even the mummy guy is a guy from South Africa. He's not Egyptian either. And it made me
I
realize
totally thought he was Jewish for some reason.
his name's like Michael Anslew or something. But yeah, totally thought I've learned after watching that we have indeed made quite a bit of progress in trying to not whitewash every movie we're in. Now we do still, there's still issues here and there, but now that it's being called out, like you end up with Mulan with actual Asian people, and you're like, oh my word, look at this. This is great. This is great. Arnold Vosloo is South American. Oded Fair is Israeli. Go figure. TV's Travis would know what's up.
I know. Nice.
Also, Mummy Returns is significantly worse than The Mummy, and I thought it was vice versa, but Mummy Returns is terrible. It's just terrible.
I liked the first one because I liked kooky dude that later got real weird looking.
Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
The only good movie he ever did was Encino Man.
I like
legit.
that.
I'm kidding.
The
He did other
Mummy
stuff.
was cute.
The Mummy was fine.
It suffered from some like crappy CG, but what didn't?
The
at
Mummy
that time.
Returns suffered from crappy CG. Oh my word, The Rock as the Scorpion is embarrassing.
So bad.
It's
so
embarrassing
bad.
beyond
I forgot about
belief.
that.
Beyond belief. There's plenty of directorial things. I'm like, what did they ask them to do right here? Because it is not a natural reaction to anything. But anyway, I went off on that tangent. But the flashback in Mummy Returns, they're like, this lady is Egyptian and it's Rachel Weisz, and they go back in time and like nobody's wearing much clothes at all, and they're fighting with size. And it's like, my mother was Egyptian, but then it's Rachel Weisz, and she's as English gets in ancient Egypt in this flashback. And I'm like, that is not an Egyptian lady at all. What are y'all doing?
So, okay, when they originally started making movies, right? They made it for a white audience. So they played white actors, right? But it didn't evolve as society evolved, right? Like America is a little more diverse than it used to be. I mean, it was really diverse, but it was still pretty white, wasn't it? Like, I mean, you had like Irish people, and I mean, during World War II,
we were
everybody from
racist
Japan
against
got stuck
Irish
in
people.
interned.
We
Yes,
were-
and
we were-
Italians. Like, we were racist against Italians. Like, it was just
We were so
Racist.
racist, we would be racist against people for things other than their skin back then. Then
Yeah.
we were like, oh, there's more not white people, then the Italians are fine. We'll just go off
Yeah.
on these people. Like, instead. Why are we such a joke? Why are people stupid? And yeah, John Wayne
don't
did
know.
play Genghis Khan in what was that movie called? The Conqueror or something? It was in the 50s. And they got John flippin' Wayne, the Duke, to play Genghis Khan.
after watching that Oscars thing. Is that what the celebrities do? Is the Oscars?
Yeah, they do that and the Golden Globes.
Yeah, where like John Wayne was heckling the first peoples off the stage. I did not like John Wayne anymore. I'm like, you flaming piece of shit.
He was also really involved in the McCarthyism, like, we're gonna drag Americans up here. We're the thought police, basically. People like to forget that we've been doing some jacked up things in even recent history. Like, you weren't
Yeah.
allowed to think things, and there were people going, good, get that commie. And it's like, dude, let's hold on a minute. Are we really putting a person on trial for them thinking something? Like, this is insane. But yeah, John Wayne was like, America. I don't know. He was fine as Rooster Cogburn.
So I told Jacob this the other day. I was watching a thing, or I saw a thing, I can't remember. Again, I get to see things in little teeny segments. Most of the time I don't get to finish them. But they were talking about Columbus Day statues. Like they were ripping down statues for Columbus, right? And I got so annoyed, not because I don't think Columbus was maybe a flaming piece of shit, but I think pretty much every explorer at that time was a flaming piece of shit. But I'm like, okay, so you're ripping down statues of someone that violated indigenous people. Our government still has people on reservations.
This basically, their whole pitch is, well, this is fine because this is the land you get to keep. We're going to let you keep that. That's yours. Yeah. It's
Like, forget the effing statues and maybe let's address that, because that's still a problem. That's not a statue. No, we're just gonna paint the statue orange and ignore that. Okay.
Look, one gross atrocity at a time. We can't knock them out all at once. Let's figure out the historical issues. Every time I'm sitting with a person that is a lot older than me, I'll hear things like Columbus. I don't know why people are so upset about Columbus. He was the discoverer of America. I'm like, no, that's what your 1970 education.
Fucci.
That's what your 1960s, 70s education taught you, because that's the line they wanted to pitch. But he was most likely a liar, and not who he said he was, and also a terrible person who shipped people back and forth as property. Whatever. So hey, this Columbus Day we didn't celebrate it because I didn't get the day off. So take that.
Yeah. Do we have like a Trail of Tears Day and rip down government buildings, or no? Okay. We'll just paint some statues orange.
Can we change the $20 bill already? Does it really mean that much to everyone? Like, nobody cares about history until they're tearing down a statue, and they're like, "Oh,
right."
Nobody gives two craps about a history. They're just like, "It took my statue from the town square," and they're like, I saw something in the Onion. It was like, area man angry about statue being torn down. He just learned about yesterday.
Lol.
It's like people are stupid. Always have been. Always will be.
We should have like a fallen statue museum.
There you go. Look, it's called the Museum of Mistakes, where here's all the statues we took down because these people were wrong and terrible, and we shouldn't
read
have had
about
a statue.
why they were wrong and terrible. Like, admire the beautiful statue work because people worked hard on that. That's great. Like, we'll leave them here so you can learn about the stuff, but they don't necessarily need to be in a city center. That would be like, I don't know, having an indigenous person watching their mother fall beside them because they can't walk any further from the land that they've been moved from.
We're just gonna
like, see this pretty
relocate
statue? Yeah.
It's news better left than Oh, this is great. Brazilian senator caught hiding cash between his butt cheeks.
Oh! What? Ew!
Hiding it in his old crack there. Brazilian
Wait,
senator.
why?
Because, I mean, you can get pickpocketed real easy in certain areas of Brazil. So
that was a hell of a pickpocket.
If you put it in your butt cheeks, it's safer. Not gonna lie, I put money in my sock when we were in New Orleans.
That's a far cry from your anus.
It is. It takes a long time to get from my sock to my anus. Funny thing is, I keep my socks in my butthole, so isn't that weird? It's not as far as you'd think, Ashley.
Oh, butthole sock. Oh, pocket buttons. Steven, sorry to derail this all the way. Pocket buttons. Do you have pocket buttons in your pants?
No, I don't.
Jacob was like offended that I didn't know what pocket buttons were. And I'm like, pocket buttons are not a thing. He goes, pockets always have buttons. That's where you keep the replacement buttons. And I'm like, bullshit. There's no such thing as pocket buttons. This one random pair of pants has pocket buttons.
So if you buy fancy like Dockers or Duck Heads or something, they might have pocket buttons. But my Dickies don't even have buttons. They just have they have like a latch system. And then my Levi's don't have buttons because their buttons never fall off because they're freaking Levi's. They're made like you could basically rappel from a mountainside with the denim that they use. So the buttons don't come
make them
off.
like that anymore.
They really don't. I read a story years ago, and I don't know if there's any truth to it, but it's about a construction worker who fell off a building and managed to hook his pocket from his Levi jeans on a crane hook and not fall to his death. And the pocket held. Now, take that with a grain of salt because I don't know if the source was reliable. It was like one of those things when you're a kid and you have to type the story so you learn how to type. And it was one of those, and I was typing that story, and I was like, dang, this is amazing. I never forgot it.
I mean, if you learned it on the internet, it has to be true.
I learned it in the public school system on like Mavis Beacon typing tutor or something. I thought that was pretty great.
Mavis Beacon typing tutor. Oh, I didn't have a typing tutor. I just had Miss Talent telling me to like keep my feet flat on the floor. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep my feet flat up your ass. You tell me to keep my feet flat again. I can sit however the fuck I want to, bitch.
Did you really say that? I know your internal monologue said it. You probably said it when you got in your Jeep at the end of the day.
I wasn't even a Jeep. I was 13. I was a butthole.
Oh yeah, you were a turd. Just the turdiest. I hated, like, it was very much like a kendo stick wielding typing class. Like you had to type right, and then they gave you that little orange like cover that went over the keys so you couldn't see the letters. I hated it. But thank God they did that to us. I can type like 98 words a minute thanks to that typing class, and I ain't even scared.
Showed up for that, and then like before lunch, I would sneak in there and like unplug all the computers and hide the cord so we didn't have to do typing because I hated it.
Gosh, you were a little butthole. You're like a little rat, weaseling around. Like, where were you? Was anyone watching for you? How did you? This just blow my mind that a kid would think I'm gonna go take all the cords and hide them and not think twice about doing that or worry about getting caught or anything. Just doing it. Oh, you're in so much trouble. Your son is gonna be such a pain.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, such a pain. You're toast. You're toast. You're done. Yep. Between you and Jacob both, like, oh Lord. Yeah. Yep. You keep your kid away from my kid.
No, he needs to have a good influence, Steven. Yours is older, it'll be fine.
No, mine's already getting the anxiety levels and stuff that me and his mom passed down. Oh, he'll do something wrong, he'll be like, I'm terrible. I'm like, no, you're not. Why do you say this stuff? Like, you're not terrible. But I'm like, I totally feel that way when I don't do something right. And I've given it to him somehow. Given it to him.
Yeah, I don't like, how do you pass down anxiety?
You just
kids are so smart though. Like, your brain when you're born is just this magnificent orb of awesomeness.
Yeah,
then it ceases to be so when you hit 25.
You just wreck it. It's just a lifetime of wreckage.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer for Pixar's Soul that's coming out in December, and there's a little clip of the souls walking in the field, and like a thing falls on a bunch of little tiny kids' souls, and the guy's like, "Oh, are they okay?" And the lady's like, "Oh yeah, you can't trust a soul. You can't crush a soul here. That's what life is for." Oh, they're fine. You can't crush a soul.
I like that. That's what life is for.
Back to the butt cheeks. In the Senate, Rodriguez represents the state of Roraima and has also been chosen as deputy leader for the agenda of the administration of President Jair Bolsonaro, who won the presidency campaigning heavily on ending the corruption of previous governments. We're going to drain the swamp. Rodriguez confirmed in a statement that his house was raided without giving details. He denied wrongdoing and said he'd been clean throughout his 30 years in politics. His office did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the cash allegedly found down his pants, an incident that was wildly reported in the major Brazilian newspaper.
So
we got real no answers.
To hide butt money.
They said that it was amid an investigation of misuse of COVID-19 response funding, but how many dollars did he fit between his butt cheeks? Like,
right? I feel like that much butt money would be real uncomfortable. Like, there would be a decent spread of the cheeks.
You'd have to really, and man, what are his butt cheeks like? He's Brazilian, so his butt cheeks are he's probably got a lot of junk in the trunk.
Yeah, that's true.
Brazilians have rotundas.
Some said it was dirty money.
No kidding. In Brazil, most dollars have fecal matter on them. Did you know that? In America, we have cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine in the 20s, man. Cocaine, man.
No.
Yeah. So that was a fun story. Butt
was a-
money.
Butts.
Butts,
Wang,
butts,
wang,
butts.
wang.
WTF section. WTF.
I'm just like, Steven will tell me when the music's over.
Well, that one's easy because I always have
Yeah,
to say
that
the
was
thing.
nice.
Because after 529 episodes, I have not built in me saying WTF into that audio clip, and I never will.
That's because you and I immediately forget everything on the show the second we're done with it. The second, because it's done, and our brains do better when things are done.
I have to be done. You would not believe the notes I take at work. When I am on the spot with note taking, I take a lot of good notes, and I'm like, oh man, I know what I'm doing. Like, I know what I was doing. I know what this is and what that is. But if I miss a few days of notes or to-do list items, I'm like, why am I working on this? What is this for? Why? Hey, I go to ask the person in a chat like what I'm doing it for, and like 3 messages up, it's that question that I asked them. I was getting ready to ask them, and the response. I'm like, oh, never mind. I've asked them that already.
It's so bad.
Gotta
Like, I feel like my brain only has room for certain things. I closed the garage on a box earlier. Sorry, I saw the door and it made me think of that. I don't remember what I was
This is good luck to any of us, really. Like, how we've managed this far is anyone's guess.
So one of my girlfriends just got back from 3 weeks in Greece, right? Her and her husband are Greek, so they've got dual citizenship, so they can travel back and forth. And she said, I think you guys discussed a little bit of this on Stargate Ghost.
Yeah, but this is a new show.
I know. Was that a scream? Was that scream that loud?
Just like
No, I
somebody
heard it through the door.
Somebody got murdered outside.
Well, it was like a baby scream.
Oh,
But that was a real daggone loud scream.
Mom antennas are up. Do you need to go check on him?
No, Jacob's checking.
Well, I mean,
He will
that's
return
fine,
in-
but, moms need to check on their children because moms are more in tune. Dads are just sperm donors.
No, that's because we typically spend more time with them.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Got this. No. Anyway, she was in Greece and she's just like went and was sending me all these pictures and like she was on a ferry and she was doing this and doing that. And I'm like, F you and the horse you rode in on. Because she took her infant daughter with her. And I'm just like, I'm so jealous right now. Like, this isn't fair. But she said when they got over there, like nobody was social distancing and nobody wore masks except servers. And I'm like, this is why it's getting worse.
Yeah, they know Europe's having a second wave and it's gnarly.
Yeah, so she's quarantined right now, but yeah, I'm just like that. Like I'm so done. I want to go to Michael's and look at Halloween stuff.
You can't be done.
I know.
There's no
what
done.
happened?
We're finding out. We don't know what's going on.
Okay, wait, come
pause
here.
this
Come here.
until-
Wait, no. Jacob's gonna tell you.
Well, he doesn't.
Okay.
Okay.
So baby had reached over onto the pillow, grabbed the monitor, pulled it down, and started pressing the page button. And so the monitor in here was just going page. And it was a noise that I had never heard before. It almost sounded like the heartbeat had stopped on an EKG, and I'm like, oh God, is he dead? It was terrible. Hi.
Is he okay?
He's okay.
Is he awake?
He was awake.
Is he asleep now?
He was chewing on the end of the
Oh my
monitor.
God.
So I switched out the pacifier for that. But he's okay now.
He's just chewing on the monitor. No big deal. It's normal.
So one of my friends came over a while ago and I'd put kiddo down for a nap and I went to go check. She's like, oh, he's fine. And I'm like, I'm sure he's not. So I went and go check on him and he had taken the monitor cord and wrapped it around his neck. And this was months ago. And like, I felt so vindicated when I got back and I'm like, fine. Like, I don't know how he did it. Like, he's not mobile. And I don't know how he reached the monitor, but he was not fine. He was literally trying to kill himself. Anyway, I was reading.
I'll never forget the time I was looking at the little video because we had the camera where Sam was in the swing We left him
Yes.
in the swing. It's swinging very gently, but you're not supposed to do that. But parents do stuff they're not supposed to do all the time. We left him in the swing,
cares?
swinging asleep. And then, like, we heard a weird sound on the monitor, and I'm like, what is that? I looked at the video camera. He was hanging off the edge of the swing, like he was trying to get off of it, and it's just going, wee! I'm like, oh my gosh, Stephanie, go get him! Like, he was just, like, his legs were hanging off the edge, and he's just...
How old was he?
Oh, Ashley, he was like 8 months, maybe. It was not an age he should have been swinging. But it was unexpected that would have happened. But we looked. We were very attentive. She ran up those stairs so fast. It was like Roadrunner. He left a puff of cloud dust.
Feared. What was the feared gas? South Carolina Law School dean reveals who failed bar exam. You douche. The dean of South Carolina's largest law school is apologizing for forwarding an email that contained the names of students who failed the exam to become a lawyer and the confidential bar exam grades of every student. Oh my God. If I did well, I'd be like, so this was leaked from the dean of douchey school number 1, and this is why I deserve more than Henrietta, who's like 50th down the list. I would leverage the shit out of that, especially right now since the market's flooded and you're not going to get paid asshole. University of South Carolina School of Law Dean William Hubbard said he was so excited last week when he got the official email that 82% of his students passed that he forwarded it without noticing the attachments that were supposed to remain private. Look, the whole point of law school is that details get you, so remove yourself.
Email is, first of all, nothing that is sent via email is secure, private, none of it. None of it. The fact that every political scandal now involves emails should tell you that. There is no such thing as private email unless it's a specifically encrypted email service like Proton Mail. But even then, you can make a mistake and send an email to an address you didn't mean to. Instead of sending it to buttsandstuff@gmail.com, you send it buttsandstuffs@gmail.com, and then somebody's got your credit card information. It's terrible. Email is the most broken application that exists in our 21st century technological world. It's awful.
And stuff. I'm going to regret this. Butts and Stuff, archive of our own, in which Dean and Cass weather quarantine together like any good friends would. I'm going to click on that.
To stop clicking things on the internet. Have you learned nothing?
I agree and consent to its terms. No. Sorry.
Run away.
It was totally an accident I deeply regret, Hubbard told the newspaper. So the fact that A, he did this, and B, he said totally, makes me think that maybe he shouldn't be the dean.
Hey man, that's totally an accident. I'll do it never again. Like maybe once, twice, 3 times a lady. You know what I mean?
You sound like an actor and I can't think of who. I've sent a personal email to every one of those students. Oh, I'm sure that means so effing much, you twat. And I've had an email dialogue with some of them, I bet you have, and some phone conversations, and plan to make myself available to any student who wants to meet. Oh, son, they're going to want to meet, and they're going to want some of their tuition back.
They're going to want to punch those nuts.
Right? Succubus D's nuts, bitch. Names of students who fail the bar exam are supposed to never be published, and scores for those who pass are not revealed. Hubbard said he thought he was just forwarding a letter with the overall results. Hubbard took over as dean of the law school in August. Oh, shit, son.
Oh, he's brand new.
Yeah, he was once on the university's board of trustees and is a former president of the ABA.
Wow. That's the American Bar Association. Wow. So he goes from president of the American Bar Association to a dean at a school and then jacks up everything.
What is an AO3 sub? That I saw that on the thing. How did you know that's what butts and stuff was?
Is that what Butts and stuff was?
Yeah.
I don't.
I
Sub
need
knows like dark
schools.
web things. He has the knowledge. He knows stuff that I would have known at his age years ago. That I'm now like too
Yeah, that's
stupid to care
true.
about.
Ace, by the way, happy early birthday.
Oh yeah, happy early birthday! Ace's birthday's in like 2 hours. Happy birthday, Ace.
I thought birthday was tomorrow.
It is. Tomorrow's 2 hours from now. Ha ha.
Oh shit. Okay.
Happy birthday for
I
you.
didn't know disco groups needed presidents.
Well-
I still
1:02 a.m. Friday, October 16th. Don't tell everybody your birthday because they can use that to hack into your email. What's your birthday? This is my birthday. Have you seen the thing where the guy's at the party and he asks all these like secret question level questions to people as he's going through the conversation? He's like, "Man, I remember my first car. You know, it was like a Chevy, like a busted up Chevy Camaro." He's like, "What was your first car? You remember?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, it was a V-dub Jetta." And like that's a very common security question on websites is, "Was the make and model of your first car? What was the mascot at your school? What school did you go to? What was the name of your first school?" All this stuff that you can totally find on Facebook if you're friends with somebody and they've listed their entire education history.
That's clever. Yeah, I said I was from Australia and Facebook didn't like that.
Facebook doesn't like anything about you. Also, Facebook can die in a fire. I am convinced. So, hey, we should write a movie, sell it to Hollywood about a plot to destroy Amazon Web Services. We don't have to call it that, but that's where everybody runs their everything. And if we destroy that, potentially we could take down all social media in the universe. And then
We could all just not use it.
that's what I'm saying, but people don't know how to not use it because it's dopamine hit. Doom scrolling. It's a thing.
So if I have given up Facebook and Instagram, and I feel like literally anyone could.
You hate people. Like you hate them. It was easy for you because you hate people. They do nothing but irritate you, even the good ones. So you get on there and you see nothing but red. You're just like, I hate everyone, even people I like. And so it was simple. But for me, I'm like, I want to like everybody. So I get on there and I'm like, look at this cool person. And look at this cool person. Facebook, it's less so. Facebook's like the place where I have some friends that aren't on anything else that I go there. And I'm like, Facebook friend, you know.
The only friends
Primarily
I
on
have are
Twitter.
at Discord, and I don't even get to talk to them. So.
That's
Oh,
true.
by the way, I have cards that my child arted, and they look really, really cool, and they're just all sitting folded in stacks. So if I get like a list, can we make one of the hey, send me a card list? Because I feel like that would be a cue for me to actually mail them out.
Yeah. How do we do that?
I don't know. You always do it. You say, "Hey, sign your name and address onto here. We promise not to stalk you."
The form.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can make a form if people want cards.
yeah.
You just have to
they're
be
really
ready when
cool.
we get the influx of thousands of requests for cards.
Well, hold on. Like this is. Oh shit. No, it's good. So this is one of them that like baby made because he just put the paint on the thing and he squished it and it looks like super cool. Oh, you can't see it because it's.
It does look really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yay, and it's like super heavy cardstock. So if you want a quality card mailed to your house,
Get in on that. Yeah,
yeah.
we'll come
I
up
draw
with a form.
pictures and shiz.
It's almost time for Christmas card time too, so we probably want to get those addresses early so we can get our Christmas card out. Yeah?
Yeah, just go ahead and give us all your personal information before the holiday season.
We'll send you the Christmas cards cuz we always do those every year. Last year we sent out like 50 some cards.
Oh my gosh, my arm fell off.
And we wrote
It was
notes
amazing.
in every one of them. We wrote notes. That was great.
With glitter pens.
As long as we can functionally do it and it's not like thousands, we'll keep doing that. It'll be good. But man, with that, it's a good time to call this show, I think. And you guys have been amazing as always. Ashley, you're amazing. And next week we won't be around because we are going to be away from our equipment and away from streaming and away from this or that. But I did buy that stupid tripod selfie stick, so maybe some good will come of that, and you'll get some content Probably won't be
I need
Twitch
a large
content.
computer to dump videos on so I can make another movie because those are fun.
I've got a giant 1 terabyte portable drive. Oh yeah, you can't copy anything.
It's so broken. I need professional help.
Well, I'm almost a professional. Bring it to me. I mean, I accidentally wiped out like an entire year of Stephanie's photos, but you can trust me with your equipment. That was not my fault. Her phone got stuck in a reboot loop, and she didn't have the iCloud storage, and she didn't tell me that she still was having iCloud storage problems. So I didn't know that we needed more storage for her photos. So she lost everything from after the Disney trip to like a month or two ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was a lot. It was painful. But I had
There's
a bunch
just
of those
so
pictures.
much this year.
This year. Do we really want to remember it? That's the good question. Do we really need it?
Yeah, I know.
Yes,
My
we do.
baby was born. He was alive. Yay! Mom, why are there no pictures of me as a child?
Ah, those were the
Succubus
dark
my
times. That's rough. Hey, if you like the show, tell people you like the show. Invite them to the show. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do so. Steve H&H and Fate Kills, PHATE Kills. And you can also support us on Patreon at twodorks.net/support, where you can join the likes of Og and Hammer Dwarf and Adam of Geekheim and Christina of Geekheim and our parents and Oddly Normal One in supporting the show. When we get those checks, I can go, hey, got the check. And then all my bills come due for web servers and stuff. And I'm like, pay that. Booyakasha. And that feels good to me. It also lets me buy stupid selfie stick tripods so I can make content. There's been at least 3 or 4 times this past week or two where I was fixing that Xbox, which I successfully fixed, by the way. It has a working disk drive in it now, where I wanted to record me doing that. And I couldn't because I had nowhere to position my phone. Like, there was nowhere for me to put my phone that people could see what was going on.
I need you to come film me.
I can't ask other people to film me doing stuff. It's just embarrassing.
Then you feel awkward. Yeah.
Well, no, I feel like, why am I asking someone to film my stupid YouTube video? Like, they don't deserve that kind of treatment.
You had a child. You raised the child. You gave the child awesomeness. The child can hold a stick for you.
No, I can't trust his coordination
See?
right now.
Some just said the same thing. Some's like, you have baby.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's 5. He's gonna be like, this is stupid, and he's gonna start waving it around, and then I'm gonna be like, Sam, you have to keep the camera on me. It's just gonna be way more effort than it's worth. Now I just have a stick, and I'll just point it at myself and be like, hey, watch me solve.
I'm naming the stick Sam.
Okay, fair enough. You guys are amazing. We're going to leave you with these words of wisdom from John Dryden. He said, boldness is a mask for fear, however great. Whatever that means. I don't really understand it. But be bold, I guess. Do what you're supposed to do. And
wear
with
your
that,
mask, bitches.
y'all have yourselves a wonderful couple of weeks. We'll be back later. Bye!
Bye!